Hey everyone, this is General Katarn, and today I wanted to do a post-reaction, analysis, video to soak in all of this information as much as I possibly can because right now there's so many things to go over. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing some of the things that I noticed. So let us just get into this, okay? Let us just dive. I've got a few notes here that I made because you can never really put your finger on Star Wars. There's always some minute little detail that you might have missed or something, and it's what makes this world, this universe, so loved by fans. So let's start. One of the first things that I noticed in this very scene here, I'm not going to play the trailer again because I'm going to get crazy. And let me just get this thing out of my eye. But basically, when I first saw this shot, I thought that this was a mountain, and I said it is a little too the sphere here, as you can see, the sphere. If you follow my mouse, there's a little white thing here. It's too perfect to be, like a mountain. I mean, like, what is it? Like some giant slide? And then I'm like, could it be? And then this happens.
One's ever really gone.
I love that laugh. I'll always love that laugh. I'm sorry, I had to. Okay, I had to. Sue me. I love Palpatine. Okay, I have mixed feelings with him being here, but I'm going to get to that. So first thing that I noticed was this was indeed the dish of the Death Star. Okay, this was all of this that you can see here. All of this big hunk of mountain here is actually it's all metal. It's all steel. Okay. So it's the Death Star. So that means, yeah, Palpatine might be coming back. And it's kind of poetic when you hear Luke saying no one's ever really gone. That means Palpatine can be back. That means Snoke can be back. Mace Windu and Luke's arm that got cut off by Darth Vader can be back. You never know. We might even get Mace Windu. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just joking around, but the thing is that if Palpatine can be back, you can be back. And I'm talking to you, Luke Skywalker. Okay, I'm hoping this is wishful thinking, but you never know. Okay, so first thing, Death Star dish. That's what we have to, keep keep in mind here. That's the first thing. So when you hear Palpatine's laughter, one of the most iconic, speculations that we've had in the past year is that Rey's descent. Who is Rey a descendant of? Is she a Skywalker, clone from Luke's hand? We've heard that one before. Is she a Kenobi? Is she a Han and Leia's, lost daughter of some sort? But I don't see that happening. And the last one, and the most popular one that is gaining more traction right now, is that Rey is a descendant of Palpatine. Shit, I'm itchy. So yes, is she a descendant of Palpatine? Is she? How can she be a descendant of Palpatine? How does this work? We don't know of Palpatine having any children or any wives or anything. I don't know. This is something that I need to look into some more speculation, some more evidence of that. I never really paid attention to it because to me it sounded silly just because she has an English accent, Palpatine has an English accent, they're descendants. So I can imitate any accent. What does that mean? Do I range from Australia all the way to Cambodia? I don't know. So anyway, that is the most poetic part. This is my favorite part of the trailer. No one's ever really gone. So yeah. Now, with Palpatine coming back and looking back into my notes, what does this mean? Okay, we know of the good guys turning into Force ghosts and becoming one with the Force. We see it in Qui-Gon Jinn, and then Yoda, first actually Ben Kenobi or Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then we see, of course, Yoda becoming a Force ghost, and now, by the looks of things, Luke is a Force ghost, unless. But anyway, do Darksiders become Force ghosts? Okay, I don't know, okay, but if you see here, okay, one of the things that I've noticed, wait, there we go. I just wanted to load these images for you guys to be able to see how this thing works, because Sith Force ghosts don't really, how do they work? It is known in canon that dark side energy, or the essence of a Darksider, can be imbued in a object, such as the case where you see Kylo Ren talking to Darth Vader's mask, because whatever was left of Darth Vader's darkness was stored in the artifact that was left of him, in this case his mask. So speaking of masks, what you can see here is Momin. This was an ancient Sith Lord who was able to imbue his essence within a mask, and whoever wore that mask, Momin would temporarily possess their body, and he could be able to interact with the world of the living again. So this is why you see Vader holding Momin's mask in a Shakespeare-esque "to be or not to be." Terrible Vader impression, but anyway. So, Force Ghosts. Let's come back to Palpatine. How how can Palpatine come back? Now, in Legends continuity, this gentleman here is a concept art of what Palpatine was supposed to be. This is supposedly a younger, healthier clone of Palpatine. In Legends continuity, Palpatine cloned himself in the past in the case of his death, because Palpatine was so powerful in the Force that when his physical body died in the Death Star, in the shaft there, where Vader threw him down, you could see all of that, blue energy coming out, and I think that was Palpatine's soul being disintegrated. Now, when that energy flows out, it immediately just gets sucked in again, which means that Palpatine's spirit could have lived on. Okay, so is this a desperate attempt by Disney, to tickle our nostalgia glands and, go to watch Episode 9? Maybe. Does it work? I don't know. It may not work. I'm not sure. We'll see. A lot of people are pro Palpatine. A lot of them are against Palpatine. But to me, it is kind of poetic, because Palpatine was the villain from Episode 1, and he's going to close in Episode 9. He's going to close the Skywalker saga, the initial villain. We've had a lot of villains. We've had Dooku, we've had Maul, Snoke, we've had countless villains. But the ultimate villain is Palpatine. So if you're taking that into consideration, yes, that kind of works. Now, that means J.J. Abrams is going to completely brush aside The Last Jedi, retconning it in two main key moments of the trailer. One of those key moments is, of course, the lightsaber. The lightsaber that Rian Johnson broke because his stupid round head was funny. Expectations subverted. I'm Rian Johnson. So, yeah. I hope your expectations were subverted this way, because, yeah, we fixed what you broke. Basically, this should have been called Star Wars Episode 9 Course Correction. Okay? This should have been Episode 8, but whatever. So, this is one of the two instances where an artifact is being rebuilt in Episode 9 that was broken by Rian Johnson. And this, let me just skim the video. Here we go. Okay, this is a second instance. As you can see, Kylo Ren's mask is being repaired, and he's using this red kind of welding material, I guess. But basically, another point where Kylo Ren and before Rey are fixing what Rian Johnson broke in the previous movie. So this is going to be a complete retcon. Now, coming back to Palpatine's clone here, okay, if Palpatine comes back to be the main villain, Anakin's Chosen One prophecy gets completely retconned. Basically, he would have killed him for nothing, because 30 years later, Palpatine would have come back in some way, shape, or form. So Anakin's story is completely retconned, which is something that I agree with. That is a slight problem. I want to see how they're going to be able to explain that in the movies, okay? The original trilogy, and by extent the prequel trilogy, are getting completely retconned. And that, I've gotten into some Twitter discussions that make some fans not so happy about it. You can see here, I've been on Twitter all morning, and this tie is going to be explained shortly. So this is Palpatine's clone, and he has lots of clones apparently, or maybe this is Luke Skywalker. No, I think this is Palpatine's clone, because you can see the two red cards. The thing is that they are retconning, essentially. I mean, it's poetic, the villain from Episode 1 all the way to close Episode 9. Start, finish, the one villain, the ultimate mastermind. That makes sense, but it kind of means that it has to retcon the rest of the movies. It has to retcon Episodes 1 to 6, which is huge. And the course correction, Episode 9 is a huge course correction. I want to see how they're going to fix The Last Jedi. Basically, this is what it is going to be. This is what I think it's going to be. So, that's one of the things that I had to think about. Now, you can see Snoke, one of JJ's initial creative decisions, created characters. You can see here, this is all Snokey Poo. He's squashed. He's sliced in half, and he's like, "Whoa." like Jabba, in a disgraceful way. We thought that we were going to get a backstory. We were all excited for Snoke. We were like, who is he? How did he get his power? What is his connection with Palpatine? Psych. We got nothing. Instead, we got this. Look at Snoke. Look at Snoke where he is. You can see Snoke just being set in half. Everything. His red drapes are torched. The Praetorian guards are destroyed. You can still see his hand on the throne. Screw you, Rian Johnson. Rian Johnson, when episode 9 comes out, your episode 8 is going to look even more stupider. Future generations are going to be like, what the hell was that? And that was the Empire Strikes Back spot. This is Jeremy's words, what I'm saying right now. What you could have done as an amazing follow-up, you screwed up so that the final film, instead of following your film, corrects your film instead of being its own movie. So I want to see how they're going to fix that. Episode 9 has to be its own movie, but now it also has to correct this gigantic mess. And another mess is General Hux. I really hope that they do not screw with his character anymore. I really hope. And speaking of General Hux, where is Hux and where is Rose? We didn't see them in this teaser now. I get it. It's a teaser trailer. So what does this mean by extent? It's a teaser. And I'm thinking, where is Rose? What is she doing? What is General Hux doing? Now, speculation about Hux is that he is a mole. For the First Order, he is, thinking of defecting because he doesn't like the idea of Kylo Ren being Supreme Leader. Now, that is something that has been said for a very long time, since the initial concept of Episode 9, but, at that early stage, you cannot take things for granted. I don't know what they're going to do with Hux, but I hope that he is not wasted because he had such a strong introduction as a villain in episode 7. So Rose, I couldn't care less, really. It's just, be more inclusive, Okay, so I'm sorry, I can just hear a few SJW screaming racist because I do not care about the character of Rose. Okay, so I don't care. Do I have some tears? No, I'm going to have to distill them later because I'm thirsty. So, another thing. Now Luke Skywalker. Where is Luke? Where is Luke? There he is. Okay. Luke Skywalker. Is he going to be resurrected? Just look at him. Okay, I wanted this to be transferred all the way to episode 9. Okay, I wanted Luke Skywalker to be there. Now, some people don't like it. Some people say that, Mark Hamill doesn't understand Luke's character anymore, and I've heard a lot of nonsense regarding Luke, but this is the guy, this is the cornerstone, this is Star Wars. Star Wars, if it was standing on two pillars, two support pillars, and Star Wars was this major structure on top, the two beams supporting Star Wars is Mark Hamill and George Lucas. But George Lucas has been axed, has been destroyed, and Star Wars is hanging by a thread. It's clinging to life. And you're taking hits at Mark Hamill. Now, Mark Hamill is a very funny guy. He can brush off your stupid attitudes with some comeback jokes, like I did in my previous Raylo Disrespects Mark Hamill video. And he's just holding in there. He loves his franchise. He loves it as much as we do, okay? So, does this mean that he comes back? JJ confirmed that he won't be coming back, but you never know. They might be lying to us and might be holding this as a surprise for last moment. I would be personally really happy if Luke Skywalker comes back in episode 9 and battles Palpatine, if Palpatine somehow gets into a physical body again. That would be awesome. And also ballsy. I don't think that JJ would be able to pull that off, but I could be wrong at this time that we are at right now. So, one last thing, and I'm going to have to go. One of the last things, actually, because there's two more things I want to discuss, is that Poe and Finn are going to be in a homosexual relationship. Yeah, you can see this here. Yeah, we need the diversity, okay? We need diversity, sexual diversity. Can we please? I saw petitions online. Please have Poe and Finn be in a homosexual relationship because it serves the story. It's character and plot driven. Because if these two aren't together, episode 9 cannot progress. I mean, And you know what's funny? You pander to them. You don't listen to us. You don't listen to us. We have some amazing stories. We've been reading Legends all along. We've played the video games. Those SJWs up until Star Wars were reading Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey and some other sick fantasies that get them those stupid shipping ideas. Kylux and Poe and Finn together and Reylo, abusive rape fantasies. These are the kind of people you're pandering to, but you won't realize this. You're not going to watch my video. So the thing is that, yeah, I still maintain my stance. It's sick, and this is sick. I don't care. I'm a heterosexual male. I don't have a problem with, two characters in a movie or a book being homosexual as long as it serves the story. Because you people forget that you actually confuse intellectual diversity, because that bundle of neurons called a brain is what is used to create intellectual diversity, which Star Wars in the good old days had. You are not looking for intellectual diversity. You're looking for sexual diversity. You're looking for racial diversity, skin color. We need more diversity. This is what is most important to you. You do not care about the story. You just want to say, hey, I just watched Star Wars with 2 gay characters. Chirp, 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 chirp. Nobody cares. I mean, why is it so important to you? And I believe that it's to destroy the image that we have for Star Wars. You want to hijack Star Wars completely from us. And by forcing these diversity stereotypes, and they are stereotypes, that it's going to make us not want to deal with this anymore. So, anyway. Another and one last thing is we did not see the Knights of Ren. And the Knights of Ren is something that we wanted to be expanded on 8, but psych, expectations subverted! They were not. So Rian Johnson, of course, did not show us the Knights of Ren. He decided to give us some Praetorian Guards, basically some Red Rangers that were fodder in the most terrible action scene in the history of cinema. I can hear some more pro Last Jedi defenders crying. That scene was amazing, you jackass! So anyway, my jar of tears is brewing up, and I'm getting thirsty, so I'm going to have to sign out. And I've taken a lot of snaps at SJWs today with this video. That's not the thing. I want to focus on the cool things. I'm hoping that episode 9 has a positive atmosphere, and by positive I mean I want it to be the way it should be. And the way it should be is a good story, explained motives, explained characters, explained powers, just things to make sense. Do not make episode 9 and then make a ton of books and comics to explain episode 9. I've said that in my last Jedi series that I haven't finished yet, but basically the essence is there. If you have to justify what you didn't show in your movie isn't good. So I hope that episode 9 can stand alone as a movie, just like The Force Awakens did. It kind of stood alone on its own. It was okay, and there was some tie-in material to that. Okay, everything has tie-in material today, so that's what I have to say. So just drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with some of the things that they're doing? Do you like what episode 9 seems to be doing, where it's supposedly going? Do you agree with Palpatine coming back? Do you agree with these 2 lovebirds coming together? Because Oscar Isaac sure as hell enjoyed it. So yeah. Do you think Rey's a Palpatine? Do you think... I don't know. But actually, before I go, this one thing on Twitter. I wanted to shout out Ichibaka. I promised that I would. The scene that you see here, last thing I swear, okay, this doohickey here, what you see here is some sort of First Order TIE interceptor. It is not the silencer. As you can see, the pod in there is exactly like the Imperial TIE Fighter and not like the TIE Silencer. This is the TIE Silencer. The wings look similar, but the pod is more square. It resembles more of a ruby, for example, here. It looks like a precious gem stuck in the cockpit than, the rounded cockpit of a TIE Fighter. Now, that is something that Ichibaka made as a notice. I think that he could be right. I'm not sure. And if you check it from this perspective, yeah, it looks more like a sorry, not Moment. It does look more like a TIE Interceptor. I mean, the wings look like from the ones from a TIE silencer, as opposed to the more broader wings of the Interceptor compared to the silencer, that is. So yeah, this could be a new kind of TIE, the Silent Interceptor. I don't know. I'm just trying to. This is how you should do shipping, by the way, ship to ship, not characters. Okay, so that's all I have to say. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave your thoughts down below, and I'll get back to you with another video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until then, General Katarn out.